Hi there, Mike here from M.A.T.E Swindon. I'm here with Danny O'Reilly, the founder of M.A.T.E.
Yeah, so I'm the founder of Men and Their Emotions,
Yeah,
which is a Facebook group and a charity. It's a Facebook group that's got 60,000 lads in it. It's a safe space for lads to post. They can post anonymously in this group about any problems and issues that they're going through. There's 65,000 lads, I think, that are and they all wade in and share lived experience. And the sort of ethos behind it is reshaping men's vulnerability into strength. Trying to teach and show and share that men speaking out about what's stressing them out, what's getting them down. There's a lot of lads that don't want to be here with us, unfortunately, and a lot of them reach out, and lads can talk to them. It's a great way to build community and let people know that they're not alone. We turn that into an official charity, and we raise money for counselling for men and dry houses through a company called Adapt, where we chip in for lads that can't afford to seek rehab and help with their addictions. So yeah, I'm obviously I'm a comedian and a social media sort of personality. I'm on tour as well, and I've got a film coming out. I'm very busy with sort of my day-to-day life, but I've suffered with mental health issues myself, and as a result spoke about it, and as a result of that had men reaching out and built this group that turned into a charity that is the basis of what we're doing in Swindon.
you're coming to Swindon. How did that actually happen? Because obviously, I know Gary. I know, and I've obviously learnt how his relationship is with how this has come to Swindon. But how did you? I mean, how did you decide Swindon? Like, did Gary reach out to you, or how did it all happen?
Yeah, so Gary Reid, obviously he's a local guy, lives right next to Swindon Town Football Club, and he's in there all the time. He had a friend called Stephen Bailey that unfortunately took his own life, and it really affected Gary. And Stephen was making videos online about mental health and stuff like that. He was a follower of what I do. And he left a daughter and a beautiful wife behind, unfortunately. Really affected Gary. Gary has been in contact with me through his own mental health struggles, through his life, through following me for my comedy. He's part of the Men and Their Emotions group. And he basically reached out to me and said, look, I want to raise money and raise awareness around what happened to my friend, Stephen. I've spoken to the football club. They said if we can get some big celebrities down here and we can fill up the stadium, that they'll support it and give us the stadium to use. And I was excited about doing that. I thought it was great for the charity, great exposure for the charity, but also we get a lot of lads that are on the edge that want to take their own lives, that we're signposting to crisis management every day. And I've got friends that have taken their own lives, and everyone seems to know someone or be affected by it. It breaks my heart. Suicide really affects me deeply, and it's something that I've experienced myself, suicidal thoughts, when I was at one of my lower points. I've battled addiction and mental health issues, and whenever something like this comes up, if we can get involved and talk about it, then I think it's a great way to use my platform and a platform for the charity. We went down there, we spoke to the guys at Swindon Town, we met the people that run it and all of that, and I was blown away by how excited they were to work with us. And then I had to get to work and get some celebs, and I did. And then we put the tickets on sale, and I think we've already sold £25,000 worth of tickets. So we're doing great.
Yeah, I mean, what you touched on there, and it is shocking, and we all know people that have. I mean, I personally, I have a military career. I was diagnosed with PTSD myself after coming out of the armed forces, and subsequently from then for mental health issues, like for various other things, like I feel a loss of goals and everything,
Lack
and
of
a purpose.
purpose.
That's the word I was looking for. Like, and I lost that purpose coming out of the military. I used to run as a professional athlete myself for about a decade, and I found a purpose in that. But then when I retired, I lost my purpose again. I haven't got enough fingers and toes to count how many people I know with mental health issues. That it's strikingly very common And like I say, us men, we don't like talked about it, do we?
Oh, I think you really touched on it there. It is an identity thing. It's a purpose thing. It's men struggle to transition through periods of their life from becoming a boy to a man, from becoming men to husbands and partners, to becoming fathers is a big one. That's a really difficult transition. And when things make us feel emasculated and we lose what we feel is what it is to be a man, which is like being able to cope, being strong and physically strong, mentally strong, earning money is a big one, providing all of these things. When they start falling apart and we feel emasculated, we lose our identities. And sometimes this is the shame and guilt. It ultimately is shame and guilt that is making men decide that they don't want to be here anymore. But what the work, a lot of the work that I'm doing is trying to get men to talk about that stuff, obviously openly talk about it, share lived experience, and also explain that everyone is going through this. Everyone has got problems, especially in the UK with the state of the country. And it's better to kill an old identity than to kill yourself. Burn off a way of living and reignite a new one. And that's what I did. I'm 3 years sober now. I decided 3 and a bit years ago to completely change my circle of friends, to change my habits, to change what I did, to actively work hard on being happy. For me, it's a choice. I don't wake up and my default mode is not happiness. It's worry and anxiety and self-loathing. I don't have a great opinion of myself unless I reinforce a positive opinion of myself. And I do that by exercising, getting wins in, feeling like I'm achieving something. I really, really nail down on being a father. If you are lucky enough to have kids as a man, then you've got a lifelong purpose, but men find it difficult sometimes leaning into that. So I try and talk about that a lot, but that's what it's all about. And seeking help, ultimately, counselling, rehab, looking at what your coping mechanisms are and if they're destructive, changing them. Sold out the Wyvern Theatre, yeah. So you've got a very unique audience in Swindon. Very unique.
Like good or bad?
Good, yeah, good. My kind of people, all a little bit crazy and wild.
So, obviously, moving on to the actual football match at Swindon Town. Tickets are obviously still available. We've got a start of a lineup from Team M.A.T.E and Team Harvey. Team Harvey's team.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're going to mix it up a little bit. We've got a lot of ex-pros, and then we've got a lot of celebrities, right? I can read off some of the ex-pros: Danny Simpson, Hayden Mullins, Leroy Lita, Leon Britton, Derek Ashoma, Chris Dickinson's, Matthew Briggs, Jamie O'Hara, Razor Ruddock, Martin O'Fire, Dean Widness, Don Matteo, Courtney Massey, Dion Burton, Kevin Betsy, and then on the celeb side, myself. I'm a bit of a Z-lister, but I'm still hanging in there. Danny Dyer, Ollie Mers, Cole Anderson. These are like TikTokers. Cole Anderson, Mashtag, Tom Zanetti, Matt Lapinskas, Jake Cornish, Joe Cordina, Ryan Garner, and Gaz Beadle from Geordie Shore. But we're going to mix the teams up because I think the celebs will just get spanked by the ex-pros. So on the day...
But Ollie Mers is quite a bit of a football player himself. He's played in a few charity games in the past, hasn't he? He's quite handy on the pitch. Aye, Ollie.
Yeah, I think, to be completely honest with you, I don't think Ollie's going to be playing. I think he's just going to be making an appearance because he's actually hurt his leg bad.
Right.
So he's just down there for the ladies to look at,
So I mean, from our press release that we got, I think you've named actually a few more players than actually we were given. That's not. Are you still looking for players? You've got all the list. You're just waiting to basically drip feed them out to us so that we don't get the whole picture before the day.
No, I think it can. I'm just going to tell my team that actually. Yeah, guys, we need that to go out to the press because that's not an updated version. I'm just chatting to Mike now. The press release. So can you update Faye and everyone so everyone knows what we got? But yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, put it all out there.
Yeah. So have you? So that's the full list. You've got a full list of
I
players
think
now.
we're gonna try and get a few more celebs. So
Yeah.
watch this space.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. We'll be there on the day. Yeah,
Oh,
we'll be
great.
definitely coming down on the day. I checked Spade to basically say like we'd be up to doing anything, anything to help this. Obviously, mental health for me, obviously, like I said, is a personal thing for me anyway. Entertainment Swindon is one of its primarily missions is to help with mental health because we are a community project. We're not a commercial business. This is a community project I put together 2.5 years ago myself.
Wow.
And it's also the local story in regards to Gary and Steve that brings it home on a local level as well. So I've said we'll get involved, do anything you guys want. Happy to. I'll put my health in a ring to play. I'm 52. I'm not as fit as I was when I used to basically break world records. In my mid-20s, early 30s. But I do have a pair of David Beckham football boots. I'm willing to put them on for everyone to laugh at how not great I am these days, 20 years on since I retired from basically being an athlete.
I'll let the team know. Wicked.
All right.
Lovely chatting, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Dave.
Good luck with your journey, mate. Cheers, brother.
Bye.